Hello everyone, welcome back to Namma LaExcellence Bangalore presents Prelims Power Shots. This is the new series where we cover important themes in UPSC Prelims. So I have analyzed last 10-15 years UPSC Prelims pattern, and based on that I have identified certain themes which are repeatedly asked in the prelims, which carry high weightage in the prelims. So based on that I have brought a new series called as Prelims Power Shots. It is going to power your chances in clearing the prelims. So in today's episode, the episode number 1, I will be discussing about polity bills. There are various types of bills in India: ordinary bills, money bills, financial bill 2, constitution amendment bills, etc. etc. There is always a confusion. Who introduces it? What is the role of president? What is the role of governor? What is the role of Rajya Sabha? And what is the role of Lok Sabha, etc. etc. So there are so many concepts and so many confusions. So today I have made a content where I will cover all these types of bills in short amount of time, and the PDF will be made available in the link given below. So let us start without any delay. So we'll go with a comparative analysis of different bills. So features and types of bills. First is ordinary bill, and then comes money bill, and then comes financial bill type 1, and then financial bill type 2, and constitutional amendment bill. So first is, the first dimension here is the relevant article. Which article talks about these bills? For ordinary bills it is article 107. For money bill it is article 110. Please do the active recalling with me. Okay, it is going to help you. As I am telling you, try to recall it with me. Next is financial bill 1, that is under article 117 clause 1. And then comes financial bill type 2, that is covered under article 117 clause 3. And then the final and the most important article 368, which deals with constitutional amendment. Okay, so next is, where can it be introduced? Which house can it be introduced? For ordinary bills it can be introduced in either house. Either house in the sense it can either be introduced in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. When it comes to money bill, only Lok Sabha. And then when it comes to financial bill type 1, again only Lok Sabha. When it comes to financial bill type 2, it can either be introduced in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. And amendment bill can be introduced in either house. So the very important thing here is money bills as well as financial bill type 1 can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Financial bill is basically money bill plus other provisions. Money bill plus other provisions. As a result, it can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Next, who can introduce this bill? Whether is it a minister, whether is it a private member. When it is introduced by minister, it is called as public bill. So ordinary bill can be either private or minister. When it comes to money bill, it can be introduced only by the minister, meaning it is a public bill. Next, when it comes to financial bill type 1, again only minister, public bill. And when it comes to financial bill type 2, it can either be minister, private member, public or private. Same with amendment bill, private or public, minister or private individual. So the only difference is again with respect to money bill and financial bill type 1, okay, under article 117 clause 1. Next, prior recommendation of the president. Prior recommendation of the president, whether it is required or not. In ordinary bills, as we know, it is not at all required. It is not required. When it comes to money bills, the prior recommendation of the president is very necessary. It is required. Same thing with respect to financial bill type 1. It is required. And in financial bill type 2, normally it is not required. Okay, the prior recommendation of the president is not required in type 2, but it is required only for the consideration stage. When you are presenting financial bill type 2, you are going to present it during the consideration stage, and in that particular consideration stage you need prior permission of or prior recommendation of the president. When it comes to amendment bill, not required. Very important, it is not required. And whenever these bills are introduced at the parliamentary level, governor's permission is not required. When it comes to state, again it follows the same format as the president. Okay, it follows the same format as the president. If at all we are going to introduce ordinary bills in state legislature, not required, but money bill in state legislature, it is required. Financial bill type 1 in state legislature, it is required. Financial bill type 2 in state legislature, required only in consideration stage. And amendment bill, anyways, they cannot be introduced in state at all. Okay, next, very important, this is the part where most of the people get confused and make mistakes in the prelims. That is the type of majority required here. It is simple majority, simple majority, simple majority, simple majority, except for constitutional amendment bills. Constitutional amendment bills require a special majority. What is the special majority? It is majority of 2/3 present and voting plus majority of the total strength. That is required for constitutional amendment bills. Do not confuse here. Constitutional amendment bills is required. And most of the times what we think is money bill has been provided with so much of importance, so much of consideration, so it might require special majority. No, money bill also does not require special majority. Remember this. Next, is time limit. Time limit in Rajya Sabha. So normally there is no time limit, but the maximum time limit that can stay in the Rajya Sabha is for 6 months in ordinary bills. When it comes to money bills, however, it is only 14 days. Rajya Sabha's power with respect to money bills is very limited. They have to send back recommendations within 14 days only. After 14 days, they can send certain recommendations which can be accepted by Lok Sabha or not. After 14 days, it is deemed to be passed by Rajya Sabha. Okay, so the powers of Rajya Sabha with respect to money bills are very limited. And again, for financial bill type 1, no limit, in the sense 6 months. Even for financial bill type 2, there is no limit, in the sense there is no 14 days limit, but the maximum time is 6 months. For constitutional amendment bill, however, there is no limit. Not even the 6 months of time period is provided for constitutional amendment bill. Next, joint sitting. Joint sitting in the sense whenever there is a deadlock arising between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, Constitution provides for joint sitting. In the sense both the houses can come together and sit together and discuss and then vote upon it. So this joint sitting provision is available for ordinary bills, available for financial bill type 1, available for financial bill type 2, but not available for money bills and not available for constitutional amendment bill. Very, very, very important. Next is role of Rajya Sabha. So role of Rajya Sabha with respect to ordinary bills, they have equal powers. They have equal powers with respect to financial bill 1, 2 and also constitutional amendment bill. But when it comes to money bills, they are only advisory in nature and they have been provided with only 14 days time limit. Okay, they have only 14 days time limit. They cannot reject it. They can send certain recommendations back to the Lok Sabha, but whether the recommendations are accepted or not is left to Lok Sabha. Next, Lok Sabha supremacy. Obviously, there is no Lok Sabha supremacy with respect to ordinary bill, but in money bill, it is there. And in financial bill 1, financial bill 2 and constitutional amendment bill, there is no Lok Sabha supremacy. Next, speaker certification. Speaker certification after the bill, it is not needed in the ordinary bills. It is not needed in financial bill 1, 2 and also constitutional amendment bill, but it is necessary. It is must in money bill. That is, speaker has to certify that this particular bill comes under money bill. He has to certify that this is a money bill. Next is president's options. When it is passed through Lok Sabha, passed through Rajya Sabha and everything is done, even after passing through joint sitting, when it goes to the president, what are the options available for president? In ordinary bills, president can either accept, reject or return. Accept, reject or return. With respect to ordinary bills, he can accept, reject, return. Bill 2 or financial bill 2 accept, reject or return. But when it comes to money bill, he can either accept or reject, but cannot return it. Very, very, very important. When it comes to money bill, he can either accept or either he can reject, but he cannot return it. And when it comes to constitutional amendment bills, he can only accept. The only option available for president when it comes to the constitutional amendment bill is that he can only accept it. He cannot reject it, he cannot return it, he has to accept it. So as I told you, president can return with respect to ordinary bills, financial bill 1 and financial bill 2. With respect to money bill, he cannot return it. With respect to amendment bill, he cannot return it. Next, presidential veto power. With respect to ordinary power bills, he has the complete veto power. When it comes to money bills, he has limited veto power, in the sense he can accept or reject but cannot return. And financial bill, he has absolute veto with respect to financial bill 1 and 2, and there is no veto with respect to constitutional amendment bill, meaning he has to accept it. Next, recommendation of the president. In general, as I told you previously, it is not required for the money bill, for the ordinary bill and for constitutional amendment bill, but it is needed or it is mandatory in money bill and also financial bill type 1. And with respect to financial bill 2 type 2, it is required in the consideration stage only. Next, special features of this is ordinary bill is a normal legislative process. All the bills are passed as ordinary bills, most of the bills. Next is, with respect to money bills, it is strictly financial matters, taxation, etc., etc. And when it comes to financial bill type 1, it includes the money bill provisions, also other provisions. And when it comes to financial bill type 2, it involves expenditure but not a money bill. That is why it can either be introduced in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and it can either be introduced by a minister or a private individual. Next, the constitution amendment bill, it amends the constitution itself. There are different types of amendments under Article 368, with the special majority, with the simple majority, and special majority plus 50% consideration of all the states. This special majority and special majority plus 50% of the states is considered as an amendment under the Article 368. You can also amend the constitution with a simple majority, but it is not considered an amendment bill under Article 368. As a result, it needs special majority to be considered as an amendment under Article 368. Next, just the conceptual differences between the bills. Money bills and financial bills, as I explained, both require presidential recommendation. Money bills, it talks about only Article 110 matters, and financial bill includes money bill plus other provisions. And the Lok Sabha Rajya Sabha power here is, with respect to financial bill, it is very weak, only 14 days. With respect to financial bill, full power like the ordinary bills. Okay. Next is the difference between financial bill 1 and financial bill 2. One of the most confusing aspects here. Does financial bill 1 contains money matters? Yes, it contains money bill matters, but type 2 does not contain. And the introduction only in Lok Sabha, it can be introduced in either house, and the presidential recommendation before introduction, and here not required, but it is required only before the consideration stage. Next, finally, the major concept you have to understand here is about constitutional amendment, the most powerful. There is no joint sitting, so that it ensures the federal balance, and the president cannot veto or return it. Sometimes it needs state ratification also, that is more than 50% of the states have to agree to it, and the states can agree to it with simple majority. When it goes to the states for consideration, they have to agree to it in simple majority, very important. So who are those provisions? What are those provisions? Those provisions which are mentioned on the federal aspect, that is 7th schedule of the constitution, 7th schedule of the constitution, and also certain aspects which is going to have impact on the federal nature of the Indian constitution. So Lok Sabha supremacy exists mainly in the money bills. Okay, so Lok Sabha supremacy is an exception and not the rule in the Indian bicameralism. And in the time limits, all the money bills 14 days, and other bills there is no time limit. However, the maximum time limit within which the Rajya Sabha has to resend or return or do something is 6 months only. So this is the conceptual difference between different types of bills. I think I covered it holistically. If you know these aspects, any question coming from the prelims can be answered by you. So this particular content or the document will be available for you under the link provided below. So if you want, you can go through it also. So if you have any doubts, you can write in the comment box. And if you like the video, then please hit the like button, comment on it, and also share with your friends. And stay tuned for more series like Power Shots. Thank you.